Hi, everyone. Welcome to our world. Welcome to Pico Explains. Audrey here with the lovely.
The great and powerful Pico, once again. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is gonna be Pico's Ghetto Stories number 2. Let me ask you a question, Audrey.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at that evil smile. We all know you're up to no good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. Um, well, first and foremost, we have a YouTube account that we just started up. Come on down, join us. It's all the material that we have. It's just all rolled up into one area,
Platform. Yeah.
one form, and nothing's going to change. As we said in our last video, everything's going to stay the same. We're just just broadening ourselves out, stretching ourselves out, and that's just another platform that we're using. So come and join us.
Yeah.
Subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll go from there. Also, you guys can reach us at picoexplains@gmail.com. That's Pico Explains with an S.
Yeah.
Please like us, comment, and share. That helps out a lot. All
Yes.
right, back to the story here.
No, okay. What question you got for me, man? What are
What's
you up
that?
to?
Okay.
You're going to ask me a question. What's up?
Well, that's what I was going to tell you right
I don't know if I
now.
want to hear it.
So, do you remember? You remember the slip and slide, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the plastic burn from the slip and slide.
Yeah. Okay. So, my brother, he bought. Remember when the water beds were very popular back in the kind of like the mid to late '80s?
Oh, when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah, when you're 5 years old, and I was
When-
like, what, 4?
no, you better hush. You better stop.
Hey, listen to me, people. Okay, everybody gets old.
You know what? But he's always gonna be older than me. He's always gonna be older than me. He's like, wait till you get there. I'm like, you're gonna still be 10 years
No,
older than me.
everybody's gonna be. Everybody's all like, you know what, Pico? Yeah, man, it's just like my dude. You're gonna get old. You're gonna get old. Yeah, but I'm tight. Okay, but that tightness is gonna get old. Okay, but the only difference is I look good. And I still look good at my age.
Yeah, that's what he thinks. I
No,
see.
that's what
I
I
lie to him,
know.
people.
Okay, so anyway,
The water beds. Oh, when you would get stuck between the edge of the waterbed mattress and the wood,
yeah, you remember
you'd
that?
you'd just fall into there. You'd like roll
You get in
into.
between the
Yeah, you'd
cracks.
roll in there, and then your siblings would jump on the waterbed and be like killing you in between.
Yeah, you get squished in there like a Twinkie. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like right there, you go. Perfect. Exactly.
So my brother, he bought this waterbed from the swamp meet again when they were popular. So after a while, I don't know, he just probably got, he didn't want to have it anymore.
Got
He
tired
got
of
bored
going
it,
in that little
whatever.
hole.
You know what I'm saying?
Falling asleep in a little hole, and I can't get out.
Yeah. So he gave it to my parents. So after a little while, the water hose, the actual, I'm sorry, the waterbed, the actual mattress itself that holds all that water started leaking. So my parents, they drained it. Okay.
Okay.
And so Mike, I have a cousin that I grew up with. His name is Panta, Panta, but Pan is bread. Okay, so I always called him bread. Okay, I always grew up with this guy, so we were always getting into trouble and all kinds of stuff. And I can tell you some stories about that stuff later on another time. But
More ghetto stories.
more ghetto stories. But yeah, big time.
Pico and bread.
Pico and bread. So anyway, it was a summer, and we were hanging out in the living room, and we just saw that slip and slide commercial. So I was telling Brad, I said, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We can make our own slip and slide." You know what I'm saying? And he's all like, "Yeah, with what?" He goes, "Well, my parents, hung out that rubber,
Water bed.
rubber, yeah, water bed. So just why don't we just cut that up, into our own thing? I said, we don't need to go buy slip and slides. You know what I mean? We're gonna do it the ghetto way." So anyway, sure enough, okay, we bring it out. We're in the backyard now with there's grass on the ground and stuff. So we're cutting it, butterflying it out. And then my sister shows up. My younger sister shows up. She goes, "What are you guys doing?" He goes, "Oh, we're gonna make our own slip and slide." So she goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, all right." She's all down for it too. And we're just like, "Yeah, cool, okay." So we're, after we butterflied it out and put it on the floor, on the grass. Do you remember, Audrey, those sprinklers that when you would hook it up, they used to like go back and forth? like
The
forward and back.
the oscillating
Yeah,
sprinklers.
yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So we put that right next to it, next to the next to the
You
ghetto
all are
slip and
so
slide. You
ghetto.
know what I mean?
Ghetto on ghetto.
Yeah, we're just like, yay, we're all happy and stuff. And my sister runs in to go get changed, and we get changed, and then and then we come back. Okay, so all right, so we're getting ready to do our running, and then sliding, and
Don't
so
go spit out coffee, guys.
so so we started doing that, but because there was no lubrication or whatever you want to call it, what would you call it? Slippage.
Slippage.
What am
Lube will call it slippage. I
no, come on, don't be gross.
don't. Come on, that's what we do. It's just ghetto grossness.
What's the word I'm looking for? No, not lubrication.
Not friction. The opposite of friction.
No,
The opposite.
what's the word that I'm looking for?
Lube.
No, not lube. Um.
Soapiness, not soapiness.
Oh my god, I just have it on the tip of my tongue and I can't. I'm already like slowing down. Okay, anyway, it was all dry. Okay,
Lube will make you go faster.
yeah, don't be gross. So you're gonna have to cut that. You're gonna have to cut that part out. So anyway, okay, so now we got ready to go, and it was the water was sprinkled on top of it and stuff like that. Okay, and we start running and we try to slide off of it. You know what I mean? But we couldn't go anywhere. we just rolled ourselves up. Up on the plastic. Ghetto slip and slide.
Plastic burn. Ooh.
Okay, so we're just kind of like looking at it. Okay, and then I go, you know what we need. I go, my dad used to work at a chemical factory where they made everything. Soaps. Hand sanitizers, all that stuff,
Okay.
chemical stuff.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? My dad brought a gallon of soap. Why don't we just, put it, all over the ghetto slip and slide, and then, that will work. So sure enough, okay, we did that, and we're getting in there, running and sliding. Yeah, it worked. Just too good. We're just like sliding all over the place.
Just kept going.
It just kept going. We'd get my sister, me and Brad, on each arm, and just like launch her. You know what I mean? And she just like fly past the slip and slide into the grass, into the gravel. Rolling around in there and everything. And it was just like, yeah, man, it worked really good. So anyway, after several hours of this, okay. And then we just started noticing that we had this humongous rashes all the way up on our butts and our backs and, under our armpits and everything. It's just the chemicals.
Plastic burn?
No, it was from all the chemical soaps. That soap. It was industrial chemical soap. So it gave us such a hard rash. By the end of the day, we look like lobsters. You know what I mean? So we had to stop. So anyway, it started burning so much, and we were holding ourselves off and everything. And so the next day, we couldn't even move. Our skin was just so crunchy and so tight. You know what I mean? So burned up and everything like that, and well, I mean, what do you expect? It's a ghetto slip and slide. What do you,
I figured the plastic burn. Ooh, chemical burn.
Yeah, something like that's going to happen, of course. So anyway, that's one of the fond memories that I have, of that episode.
Of chemical burns.
Yeah. And my cousin Brett, if you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's the Picos ghetto stories.
That just sounds painful.
So we're done with this one, and thank you again for listening to us. Again, please, we have a YouTube channel. Check us out. We also on Facebook, on Pico Explains. Click on that follow button.
We're trying to get to 100 followers so we can do a live, guys.
So we can do a live show, exactly. Yep. Comment, like, and share.
Please.
Everybody, have a good one, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye, guys.